remember how to turn the camera around on this. It's been a while. Alright, let me turn the camera around. Alrighty.
Should I just follow you?
Yeah, we can do that. We're live. Alright, let's do this. Wait, I don't see him. Where did he go? There he is. Okay, let's go this way.
And can you tell me anything about these and about who this might be?
No.
You can't?
No.
You have no idea whatsoever. So you can verify this is you, and you can verify...
We're recording for your safety and ours. We're not cops. You are free to go anytime you want, but we have everything on you. You understand that, Hunter?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're 23 years old. You moved from Ohio how long ago? You don't know when you moved from Ohio? How do you not know? Were you a kid when you moved here? Were you an adult? No, it's for our safety. Sorry about that. But we have some logs that are pretty, almost 200 pages here. You're talking to a girl that just turned 13.
I know, and I stopped it, afterwards.
Doesn't matter, you already committed the crimes. Are you armed or anything?
No, I'm not.
All right. We just want to talk to you is all we want to do.
Am I going to jail?
We're not cops. We're here to intercept. We're here to talk to you. That's all we're here to do.
And I think realizing what I did was, like, I realized that afterwards
that's why
it
we
was
want
so
to talk.
wrong. It was like, oh my God, what did I do?
One second. Can we go somewhere where it's more private?
I'm a sick person and I needed help, and I communicated to her, like, I need help. I don't want to do this, you know, yada, yada. And it was just like, why? So, why am I doing this?
Would you mind if we talked in front of your door so we have a little privacy?
Yeah, I don't think you want your neighbors to know.
I don't think you want your neighbors to know.
Can you hold the light? Thank you.
I was like, I needed help. And I was like, oh my God, why did I do that? Why? I was so wrong of me to do that.
But here's the thing: you would have moments where you would say, I know this is wrong. I know it's illegal. I know
and it was.
And then you would go back to being.
And I couldn't help myself. Like, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Why am I doing this? This is so messed up of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm ashamed. I was ashamed of myself. I was like, why? Why am I doing? Oh, I don't. And it was wrong. And I think I needed help.
So you know it was wrong, but what was going through your head when you were asking to...
I don't know. And it was like, I was sitting there and I was like, why am I doing this? Why? It's not right.
So can you tell me some of the things that you said to her and how it made you feel as you were saying them and in the moment, and B, after you had said them? Because I noticed you were flip-flopping back and forth. Because one minute you'd be asking to touch her and be intimate with her, and then the next you'd say,
we need to get some green chili after this.
I know, and I was like, it didn't hit me. I was
right
like,
now,
well,
actually,
I sat there and I thought about it and I was like, why? Why am I gonna do this? Why am I gonna? No, I'm not gonna do this. And then I would forget, and then it would go all back again, and then I was done. After that, I was like, oh my God. Why?
All right, Hunter, who messaged you first?
I messaged her first, and then we started talking, just regular conversation, just hanging out, having fun. And that's what I wanted to be at. I was like, well, it's not wrong to talk to somebody that young, as long as there's, I think, to this point. And then I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then I instantly regretted it, and then I would go back to it, and I was like, I instantly regretted it.
This is almost, I think, 3 weeks, and this is some of the largest chat logs we've ever seen. This is a lot, almost, was it 200 or so? Close to 200 chat
about
logs?
176 pages. And
it was just, most of it was normal conversation.
Actually, no, most of it was very, very nasty, to be honest with you. I mean, we got everything right here.
I know.
You said hi first, which was on February 13th. She said, hey, Stephanie. By the way, I'm her uncle. Jay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I'm her Uncle Jay. You said hi back. You said, what are you doing? You still there? You talk a little bit normal for the first few
And I realized something in all this, and I'm really sorry. I really
Yeah,
am.
don't touch me.
My bad.
Yeah,
I'm
don't,
super sorry about everything here.
just don't touch any of us, please. You keep your hands where we can see them. And it didn't take very long because, and of course, you acknowledge your age. That she just turned 13. I mean, she just turned 12. I mean, she turned 13 just a
I
couple
don't
months
really
ago.
know. We just started talking because I got super bored. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to
You know
somebody.
her name though?
And it's Stephanie. Okay, I do know. And I feel so guilty, and I feel so sick, and I feel like I don't know how to feel. Like it's wrong. I feel wrong in every bit of way.
You told her that essentially that she needed to stop you before you had sex with her.
Yeah, and
How
I did.
do you expect someone who just turned 13
I don't know,
years old
and
to
that's
stop?
what I wanted to stop because I was like, I need to stop myself first because I'm the adult and I need to stop myself. And I felt so nasty inside. I
We're
felt
on page
horrible.
number-
I felt absolutely
Look at
garbage.
this. Page number 4, you're already getting sexual. I'm sorry for asking you guys to have sex or if you've ever had sex. Have you ever wanted to have sex? She said, I don't know, it would hurt.
And it goes on and on.
Well, let me finish. Okay? I'm being really nice, right?
You
being
are.
cool?
I
All
am.
right.
You are really generous.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
She put, I don't know if it would hurt or not. You said, well, you won't know till you try. And you put it won't hurt. I think you meant it won't hurt. Is that?
As you read this,
Do you need an ambulance?
no, it hurts because I feel so. It hurts my insides to hear what I did.
I think you're nervous because you're caught.
I don't, because I feel nervous because I feel bad. I feel horrible for all this.
So if you feel so bad, how come you asked her to suck your, you know what? It's right here, dude.
I know who it is. Okay, I see it.
So getting into the psychology side of this, when you see, say, a 12-year-old boy or a 13-year-old boy, do you talk to them like
No,
this?
don't.
So you only talk to, like, say 12 and then turn to 13
No,
now.
I don't know. Okay. I feel so fucking guilty for everything I did. I really do.
So
Now I can't take it back. It's already up there. I can't take it back. I can't stop it. And I did stop it before I got to it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like you have an addiction to sex or anything?
No, I don't. See, I sit here all by myself and I just sit. And I say, I go to work and I sit and I go to work.
So knowing how much information we have on you, answer the next questions carefully. Would it be safe to say that you talk to a lot of younger age minors on, say, your Facebook or
It is
anything
not
else?
safe to say that.
It's not safe to say that. So
It's just,
if I had told you in the last just not even entire year I had caught, say, 50 people similar to you, and every single one of them told me it was their first time, would you also tell me it was my first time? It was your first time? You expect me to believe that?
I don't expect you to believe that. That's the thing. I can say that, but I don't expect you to believe that. That's the thing.
Do you believe that? Do you
I
believe that it's your
believe-
first time, not your second?
No, I have talked to other people, but never since with the pictures. And I felt so bad for it. It hurt. And I was
So
like,
you
right
never-
now, and now realizing all the facts and everything that's going on between everything.
So you've never sent explicit pictures before, even to an adult?
Like I spent suspicious pictures to an adult, but never.
Okay, so she wasn't the first person you sent. So you had to be attracted to her to send me explicit pictures?
Well, you said right here, it says, you send her a picture of your private part right
Put your
here.
hands out, please. I'm sorry, we
See
just...
that right
I know.
there? It's kind of hard to see.
I know. I
You
see
say
it. I see
yourself.
it. And I feel so. I realize now. I realize I hurt her. I hurt you. I hurt everybody around me. And I don't know. I don't want to go to jail because of this. Like I don't want to
It's
go.
not that close.
I mean, no one has their...
We don't have.
I mean, no one's
we're not
calling.
cops.
I know, and I feel
We're here-
bad for you
we're
because
here-
you're your
we're
uncle.
here-
You should be able to protect her,
We're
and
here to accept.
and realize, catch me, and make me realize. And I thank you for that. I really do. Like, call me out on my bullshit. Call me out so I don't do this again.
Yeah, let me finish this, okay? You say, OMG, you're sexy. Her picture's right there. She just turned 13. You ask if you can kiss her. You ask her if she ever been had her neck kissed before. That thing right there is pretty good. there another place we can go?
You want to talk with someone?
His emails.
Nobody else is
Do you
here.
have any guns? or
I do not
anything?
have guns.
Can you say real loud that you're inviting us into your apartment?
I am inviting you into my apartment.
All of us?
All of you. You don't have to follow me and call me out for my bullshit so this doesn't happen ever again. I thank you. Go ahead.
So are we allowed to come in your apartment?
Yes, you are. Are you going to be posting this on the internet?
I don't know how much about the internet. We just record for our protection. But anyways, you have a light here so I can see.
I do. Excuse me.
All right.
My bad. I do smoke.
That's okay. It's legal here, so no big deal.
I'm so shaky because I feel so sick now.
Now, does that light go on by chance, that lamp?
Oh, my bad.
Or is there like a...
My bad.
That's okay. Take your time. There we go. But we do have to go over some of these.
So you mentioned you just smoked. Was that a regular occurrence when you were talking to her? Were you under the influence when you were talking to her often, or were you usually clear-headed?
I was off of hardcore drugs at the time, and I think I made a lot of bad choices, and this was very much one of them. And I realized, like, it's no excuse, though. It's no excuse. It's my person. I should be able to protect myself as a man, and know when right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And I made such a bad judgment call.
Well,
And-
making a mistake is putting on the wrong shoe.
This is,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
What you did is something that's probably inside your brain.
And I'm seeking medical help for that, and like I want to get better, and I don't want to have ever this happen again, because this is wrong.
So if we hadn't caught you, do you think you would have done this again?
No.
What makes you say that you don't think you would?
I think at the time I realized what I did now is wrong, because like she's texting me around. I'm like no, don't do it, Hunter, don't do it. You already fucked up once, you already fucked up twice. No, I can't. You're gonna get yourself in so much trouble. And hopefully somebody called me out on my bullshit. And you guys.
Can I show you what the statute says on enticing a minor in New Mexico? I have the statute right here. It's in there. It's the last couple.
At the bottom there, I think that's it.
Yeah, actually, just give us a second here. So I want you to look over the two statutes and tell me if you have a good understanding of what those statutes mean. I know legal jargon is hard to, unless you're an attorney, it's hard to get sometimes, but I want you to read those statutes and tell me whether you did something that may violate those statutes or not. And there's two of them. You got to look at, there's about 8 pages there. You don't have to read all of it, but just the first couple as much as you're comfortable with, because
Oh my god.
I think...
I'm just reading that one page. Oh my god.
Can you read out loud for us, please? We need to hear you. You have to speak a little louder, too.
Children soliciting in electronic communications devices a person known as under 16 years of age. Oh my god.
What's the punishment for that one? Or what could it be, I should say? First degree what?
First degree, 4th degree felony under 16 years of age. 3rd degree felony is the child under 13. Oh my god.
3rd degree felony for somebody under 13, 13 or under. So in your opinion, what would a felony do to your life if you were...
It would ruin my life, and I think
You couldn't...
I really do.
You couldn't own firearms anymore, you could barely get housing or a job. A felony is hard to overcome.
You'd be on the registry, which you couldn't live near the school right across the street, which is very concerning because we didn't even know there was is it an elementary school, a middle school? What is that over here? There's children there. You literally live right across the street from a school where there's kids around that age. So,
Oh my god. I'm such a fucked up person. Oh my
But
god, what
I
did
do have
I
to
do,
get-
bro? It's like,
we do have to
I
get through
fucked
some-
up every day over fucking what? Over something like this? Like, I don't want to fuck up my life over something
All right.
like this. I really don't.
listen, hey, calm down. We're not the cops. Just calm down. Okay?
Like, I don't, like,
Listen. we already know everything. What I'm about to ask you and what he's going to ask you, we already pretty much know the answer to, as you can tell. All right. How many times have you been on Telegram?
A lot, but it was usually 18 plus, and that was like, why did I?
Okay, hold on. You said usually 18 plus, right?
So like sometimes I would talk to 17-year-olds if I knew they were about to turn 18, and then I would wait. And then I would wait that short period of time until like, hey, when's your birthday? Okay, your birthday's on this. It's like a month away. We can probably still talk normal, and then when you turn 18, if you want to meet up, we can. And then I realized like,
now you need to be honest with me. How many times have you talked, just even chatted with somebody under the age of 16 on Telegram or any other app?
I've got pictures of your Facebook right here, and I've
3?
seen your friends lists. Keep that in mind. I'm just going to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
we know everything. So 3. You sure say you're going to stick with 3? Okay, how many times have you ran across child CP images? You know what that is, right?
yes.
How many times? Hold on. How many times have you ran into CP?
A lot. And there's a lot of it on there. And
Here's the thing. It's not you. It's the people that create it are the ones that the law enforcement or people need to look into because they're the ones that are distributing CP.
So,
But if you viewed it, you said several times?
like I just looked at it, I'm like, what the heck why is this little girl, like, she's like 4, why is she on here? I'm like,
Need to be honest with this. Do you have it on your phone? Do you have some CP on your phone, whether it's 1 image, 2, 100, anything at all, videos,
no,
pictures?
I don't not got any.
Can you show us? You don't have to, I'm just asking.
I would gladly show you.
So I've been on Telegram before, usually for things pertaining to this, and I have an account, and I have no idea how you would even come across something like CP. I've never obviously went looking for it, but still, whenever I talk to somebody in your position, not trying to offend you, they always seem to come across it, whether it's only twice or only 9 times or 190 times, they've came across it. And I'm wondering why I've had a Telegram and I've never come across it. It seems like it finds its way into people's hands that seem to be looking for it. So you can sit here and tell me that you've never once tried to search for something like that. You've never even tried.
No, you always scroll across. You really do always scroll across.
You realize Telegram's encrypted. You have to click something in order
Yeah, you have to type something in and search for a hashtag. It doesn't just pop up. So there must be a certain hashtag or something that's being searched. And the reason I'm asking isn't to incriminate you as much as it's to get it off the internet. I have a 4-year-old daughter. I don't want her on one of those sites.
I want y'all to inform people, like, so this never happens to anybody, because this is wrong to everybody who has a daughter, who has this. I don't want nobody to fret that, oh, this guy's gonna try to rape my daughter because she's yada 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 yada. I don't want anybody to think that way, because I mean, what I had choice of this. I want y'all to inform people that this is wrong. Everybody, this is wrong. This is fucked up. Don't be in my scenario. Don't do what I did over one bad judgment call because, oh, he's fucked up, he's off of meth, he's off of heroin, yada yada yada. It's no excuse. It's no excuse at all. It's no excuse at all. It's no excuse at all.
There is no excuse.
There is no excuse, and I will admit it when I'm wrong.
Well, you can continue on. You say, OMG, you're sexy. She said, thanks. You asked if you kiss her. She said, LOL, okay. IG if you want to, I guess. Have you ever had your neck kissed? We're going to go through that. You also want to touch her breasts several times. You asked to touch her breasts. How you would caress them in certain ways and what kind of bra and all that stuff. We can't go through all this right now, but I just want you to be honest. You asked if she's still a virgin. Why was that important?
I don't want to.
Why would you ask a 13-year-old if they're still a virgin? Most 13-year-olds are. I would think, right? I mean, she just turned 13. She was just 12, dude, a couple months ago.
I don't want nobody to have to go through this. I feel bad because this is your kid. I feel so sick. because I don't want to do anything now, and it's like now this is going to help me, I think, clear like what I need to do. I need somebody to call me out before I fucked up the other line, before I stepped over that line, before I did something I can't absolutely take back.
Is asking, inquiring about the size of a female's butt something you normally do? Or is that, were you particularly attracted to this underage person? Is that something you usually do? You also,
I don't have a response.
You-
I
you
really
also-
don't. I don't have a response. I want y'all to inform people though about this. I don't like personally. I should go to jail for this. This is sick. I should probably go fucking from in jail, but at the same time, I think you don't really. It's not that you don't want it. I think you just want to help people out through.
You said I would take it, hold on, you said I would take it slow. Then you said we can start with kissing and work from there. She says, okay. I'm okay, actually. Then you say, you misspelled this, but I assume it says, then I'll kiss your neck and then kiss your breasts. You said boobs, of course. She said, okay. Then you said, and then take off your underwear. This is a child.
I know. Okay, I'm really. You can keep on going on page to page to page and page, and
Of course.
it's not gonna change the fact that
Let
it's
me
not
ask you a
wrong.
question. Since we have all the chat logs, we know everything. Can you at least agree that this was you and this is her that talked? You've already-
Yes, I will agree to that. Like, I won't say. I don't. I'm gonna go to jail. And I'm gonna be fucking.
Well, that's what we're here to talk. We're just talking, dude. We're not cops. You're free. I mean, you can tell us to leave, whatever. We can
I
leave.
think
We're just
I
here to
just
try
want you
to.
to.
you've
Try to
seen
get us
those,
back.
you've seen those Scared Straight shows where they take the like 11-year-olds to prison and the prisoners are screaming at them and stuff. That's what we're doing right now. You can calm down,
Okay.
okay?
There's no need to freak
I,
out.
not a single one of
Like,
us.
Like, oh my god, I fucked up so
They
bad
get
to
it
the
recorded
point
for
where
our
I'm like,
protection, so
are you gonna be posting this?
like I said, we're just recording for our own protection. So we can't say you threatened us, and you can't say we threatened you. That's it. That's the reason why we're recording. Also, you go on to say that.
I mean, we're protecting ourselves, so you can't, when we leave, you can't call the cops and be like, these guys kicked down my door, they held me down on the floor and interrogated me and made me commit to a crime I didn't do. That's why we asked if you could come in. That's why I came up to you and verified your first, middle, last name, your date of birth. You know, that's why we wanted good audio. We're protecting ourselves as much as we're trying to inform you of the abject cruelty that you've committed here. If I'm going to be frank, I'm trying to be not mean. But-
Be as mean as you want. Like, I am so sick. I'm so like, it's just so messed up for everybody. I want everybody to realize, like, and learn from this, that nobody should have to go through this. That no little girl should have to go through this, especially for a person like me that knows.
So I have a question for you. If you're not going to jail. If you went to jail and you had to post bail tomorrow, who would you call to post your bail?
I wouldn't have anybody to call.
You would have nobody to
I
post.
would have nobody to call. Like, my family wants nothing to do with me.
And
They
what?
look at me as a druggie. They look at me as a fucked up. And I realized I was like, I'm on the verge of losing it all.
Are you currently using right now?
No, I'm
Just be
always-
honest. That's all we ask.
I tried to stop because I realized, like, after all the drugs I'd done, heroin, meth, I have tried everything. It doesn't kill the pain.
Well, there is-
And this
there is
happened, and it
help.
really didn't kill the pain. I was like, oh my god, I had nothing. I was like, I'm about to lose it all, and then I sent this, and I'm like, I really am gonna lose it all. I'm gonna go, like, everything, like, even if I'm gonna lose it all, I'm really gonna lose it all now. Like, I'm gonna, so.
Well,
I
you also
fucked it up.
say here you have what we call a come to Jesus moment several times where you regret what you're saying.
I do, and then I keep on going back at it.
You
And
say I could get in trouble for you being so young.
It's,
You said that you could go to jail.
I can go to jail.
Then you go right after you said that though. You said, "Are you wearing a bra or underwear when you sleep?" Right after you said I could go to jail. See,
It didn't hit me. It didn't hit me that hard at the time. I was like, maybe I could go to jail. Maybe I could go to jail. I'm like, it doesn't really hit you until like after all of this is done. Like after everything was said and done, it's all confronted. I'm like, oh my god, what did I do?
When you read the statute, did you happen to notice that you don't ever actually have to meet a young girl, or you don't even have to? I mean, in this case, you know, it's his niece, but it could have been. It could have just been what we would call a decoy online, and the crime is still committed, that third or fourth degree felony, depending on the age, you know. So even you just sitting here, whether you were under the influence or not under the influence, talking to someone in that manner at that age would still be that third degree felony. Did you happen to read that when I gave you the statute?
I
Okay.
did, and now I'm realizing, like, oh my god, what did it's.
Did you
I
know
really fucked up. I really fucked up that bad. Like I really.
each of those pictures you sent is a separate felony? It's not one, just because you send one, you can send 100. Each one is a felony. And how many did you send? And then the one with just your shirt off, I'm not going to count that. You know, you can't count that one, but so that would be
Two felonies.
two fourth or third degree felonies. I mean it's a first time offender. We looked up your record. You've never done anything like this before, but that's still, if a judge wanted to, that's a long time. You could be our age before you got out.
I know. Now I'm really, like, I'm glad y'all are confronting me on everything that I've done. I don't want to go through this. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want my daughters to go through this. I don't want, if I have kids one day, you know, I don't
wait,
want
you
to have
said
to
you
worry
had
about somebody like
daughters, and
me.
you said if you have kids, I mean, do you have kids or not?
I do not have kids at all.
But when you said you didn't know if you could get in trouble or not, or jail or something like that, you weren't for sure when you were talking to her, or?
I didn't really hit me at the time. I'm like, maybe I could go to jail, maybe not. Like now I'm realizing, like, I really could go to jail. Like I could fuck up.
You realize that today?
Like it hit me a while ago after I got off all the drugs. I was like, and I stopped to think about it, like, and I started reading the messages. I'm like, oh my god,
How long you been clean now?
2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks?
Just 2 weeks.
Clean off what?
I was doing heroin, meth, and crack. I was doing it all. I was overdosing 5 times a day. I did not give a shit about.
So you've been clean for 2 weeks, but most of the time you were talking to her was within the last 2 weeks. So you were clean pretty much the entire time. So you were using her as a vice, is it safe to say that, or am I putting words in your mouth?
I don't know why I was using her. I don't want to use anybody.
Well, you say here you know you can. I think you meant can't, and correct me if I'm wrong, tell anyone we're talking. And then right after that, she answered and said, why would I tell anyone? You said, I would get in trouble, you being so young. So you did know. And then right below that again, you mentioned jail. It says, yeah, they would, and I'll go to jail. That's what you said. So you knew it was wrong when you
I
were
know
doing
it was
this.
wrong, and I still do. I just don't think I cared. Like, I just didn't, like, I was gonna lose my life anyway. I was gonna end it. So why anything? Why do I do? And
You
now
asked
I'm
her if-
realizing there's so much more, and I could lose it all. Now I'm getting my life back together. I could lose everything I worked hard for.
Just relax. We're just talking. We're just going through these. Okay, you asked her if she sleeps naked. She said she's in her pajamas. You asked, can I touch her? I assume you spelled it wrong. NSKED. I assume it means naked body. You asked if she ever watched PRN before. You know, adult movies, if you will. You asked if she ever touched herself down there before. It just goes on, and it's almost all bad. We had to print up all these.
Do you need to take a break from a sec? Get some water or something?
I'm good. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I fucked up, and I fucked up everybody's life. I fucked up my own life in this scenario. Why? And that's the really reason why. Why did I have to do all this? Why did I have to talk to this girl? Why did I feel like I needed to do that? I still don't have an answer for that. And I've been trying everything, all these medications, all these therapies, and I still don't have a reason why. And it's wrong. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, I don't have an answer to that. I'm still trying to find it.
If you're willing to answer voluntarily, what type of medications were you using?
I'm on antidepressants, and I was on Adderall at the time, and I was also using hardcore drugs while I was on those medications.
That's what I was going to ask you if you're using.
Yep, and
It's a lot of things to mix up, buddy. You got to be careful with that
I
stuff.
do care about my life, and apparently
When did
I
you?
do. Apparently, but I'm gonna lose it. Like it's gonna be gone because of.
When did you? You're 23 now. You were born in '99. So when did you stop caring about your life? Because on social media, you had some older profiles, I believe, to be you, and you were looking pretty happy. I think you were hunting this.
I had a happy childhood until I moved down here, and I started hanging with the wrong crowds. I started hanging with cartel members, and I moved to Espanola.
See, because
and I started hanging out with all these gangbangers. I started going to all these parties with all these people, and they were using cocaine. I was like, okay, cool. And they were popping pills and doing lines at the same time. I was like, that's awesome. I want to do that. I want to be part of that.
You see, you're part of the cartel. Seriously?
No, I said my friends.
yeah,
I had friends.
I was gonna say, I don't think the cartel would allow you to do this.
No, they would chop off my shit.
Right.
And I think I need to be castrated. Like, this is wrong. Like,
And then you start grooming her, you're teaching her how to masturbate. Tell her what fingers to use and use to. It's so bad.
I don't want to.
You also solicited CP from her as well. You wanted nude pictures from her.
And that's an additional charge.
Could be, yeah. But we're not the cops, so we can't charge you. We're just here to intercept and have a talk with you about the chats.
I want you to inform. I want to inform people. Like, I don't want to do this ever again now. This is so wrong, and hearing all of this out loud and being confronted about it makes it.
Let me ask you a question. Why would you be attracted to a little girl? I mean, look at her. Don't close your eyes. Just look at her right there. She's a little girl. She just turned 13. So young. She's practically. I mean, I have 3 kids. She's like a baby.
I was looking at some of your old social medias. You know, I think you're from Ohio, right? And you grew up real similar to how I did, just shooting stuff in the woods. That was you holding that picture of the squirrel up, right? That you had shot. And that's how I grew up. And then there was a lot of ups and downs in my life. You know, it could have been divorce, it could have been this, it could have been that. What particular moment in your life, what age did you start maybe gravitating towards this age of female or little girl, we'll call them? So in your early 20s?
I was like, why am I attracted to such young girls? I'm like,
see, that's
so wrong. That's so wrong.
Well, you just said, hold on, let me talk a second. You just said, why am I attracted? I'm quoting you now. You just said it. Why am I attracted to young girls? You said, right? So that's plural. So you've been attracted to young girls for a while then, I assume, right?
No.
How long?
I don't want to answer that question. That's the thing. I don't want to be attracted. I think one.
I mean, if you're a senior in high school, 18 years old, and you're dating a junior who's 17, I don't think anybody looks down on that.
No,
but I mean, were you like that senior in high school that still had to pick his girlfriend up from the middle school across the street?
No.
It wasn't like that. So it started after school.
It started way later than that. I was sitting there and I was like,
You mind if I sit in the chair there?
yeah, go for it, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
it's
so
okay.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm so emotional because I'm reading this. You're confronting me about this, and it's most people would be angry, but I'm actually happy. I'm happy that y'all did this. I really am. Like, I don't want to go to jail because of one judgmental call, but if you didn't stop me, like, God knows what would happen. And now reading all of this out loud and hearing all this in front of me, like, it's a reality call. It's a real reality call. Like, oh my God, I'm so fucked up. Maybe I need to do something more than go to therapy or take medications, or I don't know what. I like I'm running out of
You
ideas.
seem to have quite an intense, almost hatred for yourself. You've tried all these medications, nothing has worked. How are you going to deal with this type of depression moving forward without obviously being able to talk to these younger people? You're not going to hurt yourself or anything, are you? Like if
No,
we
but-
leave, do we need to have an ambulance here, or
no.
you can?
Like no, I'm just it's just a wake up call. A wake up call for everybody. Myself included, like everybody. This is like, oh my god, I'm not hearing it just all out loud. It's I don't know, it's unreal. It's so fucked up and so.
So if you have nobody to tell about this, you obviously don't want us to call the cops. What are you going to do? Are you going to, like, you can't hurt yourself. You can't call mom and dad, according to you. You can't call PD because you don't want to go to jail. So how are you going to be held accountable for this? How are me and my partners here going to just walk out the door and know that you're not going to, 2 weeks when we go back home, you're not going to just message his family member again?
Because if you don't mind,
No, don't touch
just not. I like to keep these papers or read a copy of these papers so I can read them every day and realize. Like, oh my god, if I'm ever thinking about like anything like this, to read the papers, read the signs.
There
I
are
realize now, like, this is what could happen. Don't do this ever again. Read it. Make sure you study it like a fucking Bible. Because now I feel sick. Like I feel sick too much.
I could send you.
No.
I could.
Seriously, because we can get paramedics.
No, I'm good. Like I just don't.
But here's the problem I have trying to understand this is right when I showed you this picture of how young she is, you said, OMG, you got big boobs. And you go right back into talking about kissing them and how sexy she is.
And me and my partner here, we talked about that when we read the chat logs. We were like, he switched back and forth from loving her to wanting to sleep with her to being really uneasy about it, and it was a constant flip.
I didn't have a right mindset. No, don't know what I was thinking when I did that. Like, I didn't even messenger. Like, I'm sitting there like.
Were you talking to any other people at that time? I don't mean underage people, but were you using other people to talk to, like your
Like,
say
no,
your
I don't
sister
really
or something?
have any, but I'm by myself, and I think I felt lonely. I felt like maybe I could have somebody to talk to, and that's not the way. Like, you can't talk to a 13-year-old girl. Not realizing like it's too late. It's too late. I'm already like it's too late for all that. I can't take anything back. Besides of
Let's get back to something real quick. You said you talked to these 3 underage girls on Telegram, you said?
yes.
Okay. And you did CCP, you told us that. Through Telegram, right? Was there any other places you saw CP or
Like,
FCP or?
no, like usually it was on Say Hi, and it was like, oh, cool. Why is this 11-year-old girl here? And then I'd see him like, why is an 11-year-old girl here? And then I was like, why are you here? Why are you so? She's all like, oh, I'm bored.
So,
Why are you bored? Like, that's not right. You can't. Like, there's a lot of creepy people out here. Like, and I was trying to scare her away. Like, I'm like, push, like, go. Like, there's adults on here, right? And I was like, oh my god, I'm one of those adults. I'm one of those creepy ass motherfuckers where I'm internet. And it's like,
So you told this young lady several times that having sex with you would ruin her life or
it
something,
ruined my life.
and ruin your life. In what way would it ruin her life, though? Thinking
Like,
about
if
her.
she was still a virgin, it would have ruined everything that she was going for, everything she would have been. Like, she could have been somebody, and I'm over here like a sick motherfucker. Like,
Did
oh my
anything,
God,
if
like,
you don't mind me asking, and you do not have to answer this, did anything like that happen to you growing up that you know of, or
yeah. I was violated as a kid.
by someone that's still close to you, or?
I don't want to answer that question.
Okay.
I don't.
you asked this too. This is kind of creepy. You gotta admit, you said, this is gonna sound weird, but I want you to, before you go to bed, delete your messages, right? with you. You said with me, I'm quoting you here. Then block me in your phone. Delete that Say Hi app for me, please. And she asked why. And you replied, because I'm old enough to be your older brother. Of course, you misspelled some things here. I'll just read it how you wrote it, I guess. She, I'm talking sexual to you. You say she, I'm realizing it's so messed up for me to do that to someone so young, and there's something with me to think that was okay of me. We call it a come to Jesus moment. You've had several of these.
I know I have.
And
It's
like you realize, I'm making a really bad mistake. And then, not too long after that, you go right back into talking about sex and soliciting CP from the library.
I ruined her life. I ruined everybody's life.
Do you know approximately 500,000 underage children are affected every day in the United States?
I'm not helping that number at all. I should be able to help. I should be able to help there. We should be out there fucking protecting those kids inside of doing what I do.
You even admitted
I
right
hurted
here.
her. I hurted her. I hurted you. I hurted everybody here.
You even admitted right here. You said, "I'm just telling you because I see myself going down the wrong path. I
And
don't
I
want
know.
to see you go down that same path." And you say, "I'm best person," and then you just continue to talk about sex.
So
I mean, this is so thick. I don't think we're gonna get through all this. We want to hit some bullet points.
It's almost
all this is bad.
it's almost 200 pages. That's a lot to be. I mean, that's a lot of pages for a 13-year-old girl, and 200 pages of text. I mean, she must have been texting you day and night. So all of a sudden, you just stopped talking to her. Because I don't think she just stopped talking to you. I think you just stopped talking to her.
I stopped.
So she probably thought she upset you or lost her friend. I mean that's a crappy thing to do. You didn't even.
It's not, but not talking to her is not good either. That's the thing. How do you can't be friends with a 13-year-old girl. You can't talk to somebody like I went to him with a 13-year-old girl. You can't do any of that. Like, it's not right.
What is the correct action to take after, let's say, a minor gets a hold of their mom's laptop, a 12 or 13-year-old, and they message you? What is the correct action someone should take when that happens? Someone that's over 18.
Don't respond. Don't text back. Be like, hey, you're 13 years old. I'm 23. That's the correct way to do
Maybe
that.
block them and report
And then
them.
you block them. And I'm realizing, like, after everybody's saying this and it's all hitting me all at one time, that's what I should have done in the first place. That's the
I need to
appropriate
touch
action.
on a couple things. You said here in the chats, you said you're responsible for people being dead because you're a gang member or something. Can you explain that?
It was my friends. Like I said, like, I was not, I didn't have, like, I can't say I had a good childhood. I had a great childhood. I had an amazing childhood. My parents took care
Hold
of
up,
me.
let me just read this to you for a second. There's a reason why, okay? It says, I think you mean look. It says Luke. Does that mean look instead of Luke?
Yeah.
Okay. So he said, look, I said in jail or dead, and it's all my fault they're dead. Like I said, I used to hang out with gang members, and they robbed, it says my hide, and killed them, and shot me 5 times. So you've been shot 5 times?
I was bullshitting. I was just trying to make myself look good in front
To
of
a 13-year-old.
I was trying to flex.
That's part of the reason we were worried if you were armed or not. Because
No,
I was
I'm
like,
not.
man.
I'm not no bang banger. I was just trying to stunt, and maybe that wasn't the right move. I was like, I just want to push her away. I wanted her to realize, like, even if I scare her, and now you're scaring me, and that's like, oh my god, I know how it's such a reality porn.
Reality check. I think is the word you're looking for, right?
It really is.
Reality check.
So do you take bubble baths often?
I do.
So that's something you normally do. It's not just something you wanted to do with
yeah,
her.
I take normally.
Okay. I was just wondering about that.
I don't.
We need to ask you some other things. Again, we know the answers. We did our research. Why do you have so many children on your social media accounts? I saw it looked like a couple toddlers on there too.
It could have been a parent taking, posting pictures of her kids. I mean, we're gonna find out anyways. I mean, this is just the beginning of our report. So.
Oh my god, I'm going to jail.
No. Our report. We're not law enforcement. Our report. Me and my two buddies
here.
here.
I'm gonna be the plot with actually stalking everybody.
No.
I'm gonna look like a rapist.
Do we look like someone with a social media presence? I mean, I'm an unemployed 30-year-old dude.
If I may ask, what's this all for then?
It's
Does this like scare me? Like, so I never do this again? Like, it's just reality check?
I mean, now you'll know we have these videos, and that's all I'm gonna say. Now you know we'll have them.
So you can just blackmail me?
I'm not gonna blackmail you. I'm just saying we'll have them. Maybe I'll email you in a month and say, hey man, I want to check in. Have you been talking to kids? And I might interview you again in a month.
See how you're doing.
You know, see if you've gotten better.
I would love that to happen.
We call it a follow-up.
We
I
could.
would love that. I would love that because I think now hearing all of this facts and everything going on is in a month I'm gonna have a completely different look on this. I'm not gonna be, out there, doing whatever. I'm not even gonna use I'm gonna delete all my social media now. Now it's getting bad.
For all you know, I'm just making a documentary on people and how they act before this happens and after. I mean, maybe the next interview we do with you, you're going to be in a $750,000 home with a Mercedes-Benz out front and been doing fine, and it'll set you straight. Or maybe I'll be interviewing you on Central and Wyoming, and you'll be begging outside that McDonald's.
I would love that to happen. I would love an interview process and then so this never happens again.
But no, we're not blackmailing you. Get that out of your head right now. Jesus.
This is so scary. This is such a reality check of life. And
no offense, but you ain't got nothing I want anyways. There's nothing to extort here.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, me too, man. But
I'm broken. I didn't want to lose it all though. I built such a life, and to make a mistake like this and lose it all.
Let me ask you a different question to calm down a bit. Can we change the subject for about a minute? All right. Is that what you're shaking real bad? It's kind of hard to understand you. How long have you been in Mexico approximately? I know you don't know exactly, but just approximately.
2 years.
About 2 years. You moved from Ohio then, right? Like here?
I love it here. I've loved the New Mexico State. I think it's great. I love everything about it. And sometimes I wish I would have stayed in Ohio, but
Why is that?
maybe this could have been avoided. Maybe all this drugs and all this, everything with your niece and everything with all this, all these pictures and all these success stuff, right? Maybe it could have been a different outlet. Maybe I could have gone to the army if I would have never got so fucked up. If I would have stopped drugs and really sobered up. All this really would have been happening. I would have been sitting in the army, having everything inside of.
so
I'm just a scenario.
we're not sending you to the police. We're not extorting you. We're not putting this all over the internet. So, honestly, because we can't make you go to counseling, I think you should call somebody, whether it's your mom, your dad, your brother, one of your gangbanger friends, and tell them what you got yourself into and tell them you need help. You have to do it willingly, but that's something that I'm suggesting to make me feel better about just not driving right over to, the Bernalillo County Sheriff's and just giving this to them, the whole packet, all up 200 pages. I mean, it's up to you, but because who are you? So you can't talk to the young lady about this anymore. You can't. What's that? That's fair. We got to look out for your health.
admit this. Like, I did something like this. They're never gonna look at me ever the same again.
It's something you've been struggling with for a few years, it seems like, and you finally, I think, acknowledged it to yourself. Is that fair to say?
It is.
I mean, acknowledged it out loud.
It
I mean,
is. Like, for somebody to call me out and do this, it's. I want to thank you. I want to thank all of you for doing this. Because this could have gone way worse. This could have been, you know, me dead because I was some of Woody Whoop's friends or Woody Whoop's daughter, and now he shot me in the head, or I ended up in jail.
honestly, if it was my daughter, I probably would have.
Shot me.
Nah, I probably wouldn't have shot you because I wouldn't have thrown my life away, but it would have been a little more volatile, I'll tell you that. I mean, I wouldn't have beat you up or, you
I
know,
don't want this to happen
but
anyway.
my daughter's only 4, so it's a
Okay,
lot
I don't know.
it's different there. So
I don't want anything to this happen ever again. Like, I want to go to therapy. Like, I just don't know what counseling to go to for this. Like, is there a certain counseling for this? For people like me? Like,
there is counseling, and that's
does it help though? That's the thing. Like,
well, that's why we might do a follow-up interview. You know, because go ahead.
Well, you go back to you're scared, you know, you can go to jail, and you go right back to the sexual talk again. You asked her to masturbate again. You're trying to show her how, and then you say it's your body. You can do what you want with it, and
No,
then
she can.
And then you said right after that, she says, I know. You said right after that, I can't stop you, just be careful. And then we've got, I don't know, 100 more pages after that where it just continues. So, I see a pattern here where you're just trying to cover your ass.
I don't want to cover my ass though.
think
I want
you're
to
more
seek
worried about
better. I
getting
want
in
to seek
trouble.
better. I want to seek better.
Well, all this is going to come out in therapy again, and you're going to have to go through it. So you might as well get the brunt of it over now. You know, a therapist costs $120 an hour or something. We're doing it for free.
I
So
want to admit, and I'll speak out loud. My name is Hunter Albuquerque, and I did do things, and it's not right of me to do that.
and
I
what
I would
things?
admit wrong too. What's your name?
Jay,
James. I want to admit Jay.
Jay.
I want to admit wrong too.
Jason.
Jason, and I want to admit wrong to the cameraman over here. Nobody should have to go through this. Nobody's daughter should have to go through this. And what I did was not right, and it cannot be. You know, I can't take it back. I can't. No matter how much I want to, I can't take this back. It's not right of me to do this. And I feel sick or wrong, and I need help. And I will admit, if you see me in 1 month, I will not be the same person I am now. I am going to seek better help from a judgment call. And I do not want to go for anybody. I want to be the person watching somebody go through this and be like, I was in his shoes once, and see him do better. And I want to admit this now more than anything else. And I'm sorry. I feel so fucked up.
You say if it hurt that much, finger masturbating, talking to her about masturbating, but it doesn't hurt as bad while having STX. And you said, damn, I feel so bad saying all those things to you with the S word in front of that. I really feel like a bad person. I'm so sorry for everything I did to you. And then another moment where you're feeling guilty and you know you're doing wrong,
feel
and then you
guilty,
just go
but I
right
don't.
back to it again.
And I don't know why. Why do I go back to it though? That's the reason I want to figure out, like, why do I, like, I could clearly try to have a better judgment call, and then I don't. At the same time, I'm like, I need to figure out those questions, or else it's going to end so much worse for everybody, myself included. Like, I don't want it to know, like, anything. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. Like, personally, I have never had sex with, like, a minor. But this is not much better. This isn't any better for that.
Prepubescent. She just turned 13. A lot of girls are prepubescent at that time.
Do you feel at all even a little better having gotten through some of this? Like,
I do. I feel better, like, getting this out and open for myself. Because I want y'all to come back in our month. I willingly. Maybe we can change numbers because I do work. But we would meet up. You know, we can sit here, and I want to be able to tell you I'm doing better in 1 month.
do you think
It's a fact.
do you think people at your work should know about this as a precautionary method?
No,
You think you're in control after this?
no.
You don't think you're in control
No,
after
I do
this?
think I'm in control. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I do, like, this is, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, that 13-year-old, I'm gonna have sex with her. But at the time,
So, what would you say about the people who are confronted for the first time ever, whether it actually is their first or they've done it before, and they end up getting 25 years and they're on parole, and 3 days out on parole, they talk to a minor again? That happens. We've talked to people like that.
That should change somebody sitting in there for so long.
So how do we know with just a 45-minute or however long it's been conversation, how do we know that's actually going to do anything? And how, I know you're, for all I know, you're just for all I know, you're going to school for acting and you're just busting my chops to get me out of here.
I'm not that good. I'm a bullshit liar. I can't lie for shit.
And that's why we're going through everything here.
I know, and I want y'all to call me out though. Because without somebody confronting me, it could have ended so much better.
Well,
like,
we're
I
not-
want somebody to tell me, hey, what you're doing is fucked up. Everything, look, we have the facts. It's fucked up.
Well, he's reading the facts to you, and I'm keeping you on pace here.
I'm annoyed.
You were grooming her, quite a bit.
I don't want to be.
You know what grooming is? Can't hear you.
I don't want to be that person. Oh my god. I want y'all to come back in a month and tell me, hey, look, I don't see anything of any of these girls. I don't want you can look me up, you can search me or whatever you want to do. It's not going to be a single thing, and I promise you on God myself that that's not going to happen again. I can't do that. For you confronting me and telling me these facts and showing me the evidence and reading it out loud is making me realize, like, what I did, I can't take back. But I can stop myself and realize, like, before.
But you admitted earlier you have attraction to younger girls. If you've had this attraction, I think you said a few
I
years,
have it, like,
right?
and I do, and it's like,
So
oh my god,
what
and
month-
it's like, I need to stop.
Hold on. How could 1 month change you when you've been attracted to younger for?
Because I can stop. That's the thing. You can stop talking to him. Just because you're attracted doesn't mean you have to talk to him. You have to split
Well, here's the
different.
thing: is you stop talking to her, and guess what? We're here.
Well, my question is, if he can just stop, he's already expressed issues with addiction before. You said you did all these different drugs, name them, you've done them, and you've got off of them, but you kept struggling with that addiction. Did you quit just cold turkey? I mean, or
I can't.
so
You
you
gotta quit cold turkey with that. I mean, you can't just. No, you can slowly just take it off like that. It's not how that works.
yeah.
You ordered it? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry,
Make sure it's
I'm sorry.
ready for later on.
I'm
No,
sorry.
it was just a personal question.
What you said?
No,
And he was just talking about dinner later. You
Oh,
don't even know. Yeah.
green chili should go.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. But you're grooming her. You asked her if, again, you want to have sex. You say I could teach you if you want. Do you mind getting naked? I mean, it's just, and then it's kind of the same stuff.
I know it goes on for 200 pages.
When you feel bad again, you ask if,
So I guess what we're asking is you couldn't quit cold turkey, and you came back and struggled with this about 5, 6. I don't want to say a number and it'd be wrong.
No, and I want to
So-
realize why I can't just quit cold turkey. Like, is there a reason behind it? Is it my mental health? Is it what's going on in my life that's causing all this? And I could never come up with an answer for everything. I'm blinded. I'm sitting there like,
And-
what do you do? What do you do for this? Like, what do you do for people like me?
And so you really
You just
think it's
go
an
to jail? You go to jail for this? Like, yeah, that's there's no
well,
counseling or help you can't go to.
here's kind of what I'm getting at. You're not going to jail, right? Because we're not the police. We're just a couple of parents. You haven't figured out counseling. You want us to just leave. You haven't had anyone call you
Like,
Is
you
there
want
any-
me to call a counselor? Would that make you feel better? Like, if I just-
maybe not call a counselor right now. That's something you need to do some research on, or we could even help you get
I
those
would like to
resources.
help. I would love
but-
to research on like what counselors to go to, and I will go to them.
here's the thing though, is just remember going to a counselor, if you don't basically take this packet with you in a sense and put it all on the table, they can't help you.
I know.
If you just go in there and say, oh, you know, and you beat around the bush, and don't
No.
tell me you have an attraction to minors, they can't help
No,
you.
I will. If you have a copy,
I
of
mean,
the packet,
we-
I'd like to take it with me.
We
and
could
show them.
even, I don't know if it would be a confidentiality issue, but we could maybe even send a copy of this to the counselor if it was helpful. But I don't, that might get weird with HIPAA or something, so I don't want to promise
like, if
that.
you have a packet like this, a spare packet, I would show him gladly. This is what I did. Why did I do this? Can I get some
Well,
confidence?
believe it or not, you used up all my printer paper and I couldn't even finish printing out your file because you spoke to her so much. That's the first time, and I've done this several times before, and so has my colleagues here, but I literally ran out of printer paper and we're like, we got to talk to this guy tomorrow. I was running out of ink and everything. It's a lot of...
Please give me a copy. Like, I want to show them.
I-
this is what I did. And this is how I went to.
I can email you a copy of them digitally,
I would have looked up.
but I'm not going to print out another 200
Yeah, I
pages.
understand.
So,
like, I don't have the money.
I mean, my
to do
printer was
that.
just going for an hour.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not worried about the printer. I'm worried about the young lady, not the printer.
I need to ask you this. The three other underage girls you said you talked, were they all girls, or were there boys involved? Or?
No, it was more like, hi, how are you? And she was like, good. I was like, okay, so why do you want here with us? She's all like, well, I got bored. I was like, but why do you want here with us? Because, like, it didn't hit me until, like, okay, I'm going to go on and, like, maybe I can be that parent that catches these little girls. Maybe I can be like, oh, hey, this is wrong. But now I'm on the other end of it, and, like, and I ended up on the other end of the spectrum from saving them to try to beating them.
Do you,
Yeah,
have,
probably
do you
so.
have a laptop or a desktop or any or a tablet in your device? You just do all this on your phone?
I do. Yeah.
So when you found CP, whether it been on purpose or whether you clicked a link or whatever it was it from your phone?
It was.
You realize by doing that,
It's a felony.
well, of course, it's a federal crime actually, but it's on your device. No matter if you delete it or not, it's
That's
on
fine. So I can't take anything back.
So do you admit that you have CP on your phone?
No.
Have you viewed CP on your phone?
I have. And I've seen it and I'm like, why are these little girls on here? And then now I realize, like, now you're talking to your little girls and I'm like, oh my god, I'm on the other end of this one.
You want to see her for a second and you know about Telegram, how the app works, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind asking about that on this phone? I've never been on Telegram.
Oh,
myself.
Telegram. Yeah. So,
Take this here. What's this?
Sorry, I'll save you.
So like we expressed earlier, buddy, Telegram, you literally have to search things. I've done a little bounty hunting, and so a lot of people go to Telegram when they're on the run because it's encrypted. You can't just willy-nilly. It's not like Instagram where you just scroll and see stuff and a hashtag you don't normally follow pops up. With Telegram, you have to type hashtag and then whatever hashtag. So what hashtag would you be typing? Was it specific accounts that you knew would carry that type of product? And by product I mean CP, or would it be, more specific than that, like an age and then the gender of a person?
It was weird. It was like an encrypted file. It was like,
So they're encrypted, so you know you're not supposed to be in there.
doesn't help that I feel bad. It feels wrong. Like, you can go, you got 200 pages of shit right here. Does it change the fact that I did it? I just want you to, I'm happy that you called me out on this one, honestly.
I want you to know something about Telegram specifically, so my team, can formulate a plan to get that stuff off of Telegram. So I don't want to go searching.
I'm gonna agree with you.
So,
So there's a certain people that send you links and then you buy them and then it's encrypted and then you click on it. You need to find, it's those people, like, they're the ones who send links out there.
so how would you just type in random stuff until you came across one?
Like, you would have, she would send you the link and then it was this long
So,
encrypted link.
so the person, whoever had those images, would just mass send a link.
to people who paid. Yeah.
So you paid.
So I. Oh my God. This sounds like-
Did you purchase them?
I didn't purchase them.
So she sent you a sample?
Like a little bit, yeah. Like it was like 5 pictures, and then she's all like, "Look what I got," and I'm like, "What do you got?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, what the hell is that?" And I'm like, "Why am I getting them? Why can't I just back up, delete?
I want you to think very carefully. I just told you I'm on Telegram and I've described it to you. I have a 200 plus page file on you. Do you think that I can figure out whether you did or didn't pay for child pornography?
You probably could.
And when I go do that, the second I leave, what am I going to find? And what's going to influence my decision taking this to maybe Bernalillo County Sheriff's or maybe just keeping it on a bookshelf somewhere?
I'm gonna admit, I did pay for it, and then I was like, why did I pay for that though? Why did I even spend my money on some child pornography? That's wrong. That's fucked up. I just blew my money away of these little kids soliciting themselves. Like, that's wrong. That's not right.
So you said it was about 5 images,
It
and
was
then
5.
you had to purchase more. So how many images in total do you think you had?
I probably had like 20, and I was like, shit. That's all. I was like, I was sitting there and I was looking at them. I'm like, oh my God.
And could you describe, not too much detail, just the ages of those images?
They were about 16 to 18.
16 to 18. Well, 18 is
Illegal.
legal.
It was, a lot of it was, she threw in like 1 or 2 pictures of child pornography, and the rest was shit you found on like a porn website.
And were they just
Like,
regular
regular
people?
adults doing nasty stuff. It was like, what?
So what, without too much detail, what would the CP images more specifically be of? Like, what were what were they doing without, you don't have to, like, traumatize yourself by
I don't,
explaining to us.
I don't, like, they were just naked. Like, they weren't really doing anything.
Sitting on the couch.
They were sitting there, that's it. Like, I felt so bad for it too, because like I'm sitting here and they're calling me out on this, and like, oh my God, I'm facing serious jail time. I could lose all my friends, all my family, everything I worked hard for, over something stupid and mediocre like this. Like,
What do you think happens to people if they go to a place like state prison that have a 200-page file of talking to
they
a
would
13-year-old?
they would get murdered.
and then
They
tell
would get murdered. That's it. It would be a death sentence. That would be it. Like, it would be the end of my life right there. They would figure it out that they'd be like, oh,
But why
he a
would-
rapist. Now we get to kill him. And it's like,
So it would be the end of your life specifically
It would be.
because you did it, or just because they would think you did it?
because they have people in there. They have informants. They pay people out. They know what's going on. They know who's coming in and out of the jail.
So they
But
would
so,
be
you know, they
basically
see this and they would be like, white boy, oh, he's done. Split his neck. And that would be the end of my story. It would be like, if I would just go straight to hell. Instead of burn, instead of eternity in hell, you're a whole fucking sense. Like,
Let me just ask something real quick. You said you paid for CP before, correct? On your phone?
I used my friend's card.
I know, but it's on you paid for it for your phone. I mean, you have it on your phone though, right? Can I see your phone, please? I'm not gonna, I just need to, is it off?
No, it's right here.
Can I see
I
it?
just-
Can you turn it off, please? Can you turn your phone off? Can I see it, please? Thank you, that's mine now.
Hey, please,
You
stop.
do not attack me, you understand that?
Please, oh, I don't want to talk. That's not that. Back up. I didn't want to.
You do not
I just
attack
wanted- why you
me.
did
You
you
understand
do
that? You
What'd
do
you say?
not attack me. If you've got illegal stuff on here, it's going to go to the police. You understand that?
That's not. There's nothing
Red
illegal.
chili.
That's
You
not-
understand that?
That's not right. You can't just.
You've got it on your phone. It's a federal crime.
It's not on my phone. That's the
You
thing.
just said it was.
I was lying to you.
Okay, you need
I
to
was
back
lying.
up. You need to back up. You need
I
to
was
back up.
lying to you because you said, "Oh, is it on your phone?" Sure it is. Fuck it. Because I don't have it on my phone.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
find out.
You can't just take my phone.
Yes, I can. If it's
No,
got CP on it, I can. You said it did.
You can. Want me to show you? Want me to show you straight for straight? It doesn't have anything on it.
Okay, back up. You need to back up. You need to calm down.
Please, no, that's not right. You can't just take my phone like that.
If you got CP on it, it has
Okay,
to go
let
to
me
the
show you
it
then.
has to
Let me
go to
show
law
you.
enforcement. I don't want to look at it.
No, let me show you. There's nothing on that phone.
Well, you can show the cops. How about that?
Please don't. No, I don't want to. There's nothing on that phone.
Why are you so worried then?
Because you're gonna throw me in jail. I'm gonna get raped and murdered. No. Please
You should have
don't
thought
rape
about
me,
that,
please.
man.
Man, don't do this to me. There's nothing on that phone, man. Please don't.
Why'd you tell me there was though?
Because you're
In
gonna
your-
harass me.
in-
You're gonna harass me until I figure
That's
it
why
out.
we're- that's why we're
You were
recording.
pressuring me so much. You were like, oh, this and this and this. I have a 200-page file. Yada, yada, yada. And you're like, I'm going to jail, dude. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. I guess it's something stupid. You please take me back.
Okay, you need to back up. You need to back up, seriously. Look, you already attacked me. There's an assault charge right there. There's already an assault charge. You already
I
attacked
did
me.
not attack you.
I just had a procedure done under anesthesia a
I'm not
couple
gonna-
days
please
ago, and you're going to
don't,
shove me to the
please.
ground? Seriously? That means
No.
there's something on here you don't want the cops to see.
There's nothing on there.
You just admitted there was CP on
No.
there a little while ago.
Not.
Back off!
I just sat up.
Back off!
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand me? Shut up! I've got your damn phone. The cops can take care of it. Until then, we're trying to have a regular talk.
Okay.
Can we talk again without yelling?
So what if they don't find CP on the phone?
Then it's up to the police. It's not up to us. But you admitted to it, so by law, we have to give it to them.
Okay, so if they don't have CP on the phone, then they can't charge you with anything.
That's up to the law enforcement. We're not law enforcement.
So then, can I come with you?
Where?
If you're gonna, I'm gonna go with my phone.
You want to go to the police station?
No, I don't want to go to the police station, but you have my phone, because I can't go anywhere.
We're right here. We're not going anywhere.
You just said you're gonna take my
Unless
phone.
you want us to walk out the door, then
No.
we have to. But I'm going to take the phone to the police because you told me there's CP on there. I have to have it investigated.
So they can still throw a phone and not find anything.
If they don't find anything, they don't find anything. But you're the one that said
But
that
there's
you have
nothing
viewed
on
it,
that
you
phone.
paid for it, it was on your phone.
Can I come with you to the police?
To the police?
Well, if they're gonna take my phone, they're gonna go through it regardless. I wouldn't be there.
I don't think you're fit to drive right now, and I
Like-
don't think you want. I don't think we can have you in our vehicle. I just
Like
don't
I can
feel
drive
safe
my
with
own
that.
car.
I think you need to cool off.
No,
Do you
because
want
you
us
have
to
my
get-
phone, so I can't
I
call
know, what I'm
anybody.
saying is, do you want us to get them here? Just, you can call them.
I
You
can-
can call them for you at any time.
Like, and just what? Search my phone?
Yeah, tell them. You tell them the truth. You said you had CP on it, so
So they can just scroll through my phone and not find anything. And
I'm not going to speak for the police. I got no clue what they're going to do. But I mean, just keep in mind, you have to tell. I mean, you don't have to tell them the truth, but we were reporting
No,
for both
I
of
know.
our safety.
I know.
Can you sit down? You're
I'm sorry, I don't want to know.
Okay, just relax, dude.
Ooh,
Just,
you're gonna
dude,
know. I'm gonna
dude, relax, man.
I
Relax.
can't relax. You just snatched my phone.
Look
out
what
my
you did. Look,
My bad, my bad. I didn't mean to
look
do
what
it.
you did to my
I
arm.
didn't mean to do that. You just snatched my phone out of my hand.
Look at that. Look what you did.
I didn't mean to do that.
Well, you did mean to do
Sorry.
it. You attacked me, dude.
I didn't mean to attack you. You
Well,
just
no,
snatched my
I-
phone out of my hand.
You did.
Like, it's a thing. You snatched
You
my phone
because you said you had CP on it.
I don't
It's
have
a
CP
federal
on that
crime.
phone.
It's a federal crime.
There's
You
no
admitted to
CP
paying
on
for
that
it.
phone.
You admitted to paying for it as well, dude.
Like, you can, let me go for that phone then, and I can show you everything on that phone
We'll
right
let
now.
law enforcement look at it and they can decide.
So let's call the cops right now then. Like, because you're just going to call the cops regardless after it's all done, aren't you?
If you want us to, we
I don't
sure
want
can.
you to. But you're going to drop
Well,
it.
first of all, can you sit down? I can sit back down, or he can sit back down right there
I
if you
sit
want,
down,
just to
please
make
sit
you
down,
comfortable.
like, this is, like, regardless, you're going to go to the feds. You're going to go to call the cops. You're going to go, even though you said you weren't going to in the beginning.
So what happens if you have CP on there, like you admitted,
Like-
and we give you your phone back, and we call the cops just like you told us
No.
to, and then you delete it all?
No. You can sit
I
here.
mean,
you
I-
can sit here, and I'll show you
Well,
on
I
camera.
can't see it. I don't want to be part of it.
No, like, I won't, no, I won't, because there's no CP on that phone, and you won't see anything. There's pictures on that phone of me, but they're naked, but they're spent to not other explicit girls, but adult women.
So you deleted them after you bought them?
What?
You told me I've been cool with you, man. You told me that you purchased CP on that phone. I didn't. I had no idea what was about to go down. I'm being honest with you.
And then I realized, like, afterwards, like,
So you purchased them and then you deleted them, or you
No.
want to delete them?
I don't want to delete them. Like, oh my god, it's just.
I'm just asking you to be as detailed as possible.
I know.
I think I'm starting to get the feeling it's just on your phone and you want to delete them.
No, it's not. It's not the
So
same,
then what
bro.
are you-
like,
so
there's
then what
nothing
are
on
you-
that phone,
then
man.
what are
And you
you-
just.
What are you worried about?
Because you just snatched my phone out of my hand.
I didn't snatch anything
I
from you.
know,
I was sitting here with a
I know,
packet.
it just, he just
200
snatched it out of my phone.
papers.
He's like, here you go. And I was like,
Because it needs to go to the police.
it just need to go to the police because there's nothing on my phone.
Well, why'd you tell me there was
Because I'm
CP? You paid
bullshitting
for
with
it.
you. You're over here pressuring me. Oh, here, da. Of course I'm gonna fucking admit
Are
to
you
you. Like,
high?
you're just over here just
Are you high?
pressuring.
Are you high? Answer the
I
question.
am high.
You said you've been clean for 2 weeks, so you've been lying.
Off of weed.
Off of weed. Oh, come on. I'm talking about hard drugs. I
No,
don't care about
I'm
no
not.
weed.
Off of hard drugs. Okay, I had to stop that shit for my own safety because I was taking such bad judgment calls, and you're over here just. Oh,
We could have just took this straight to the police.
no, please don't.
No, I said we could have. Listen, see, you're overreacting. We're trying to have a talk with you. Okay?
I know, but
You look. You physically attacked me, dude.
I didn't mean to do that.
Well, you did.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go to jail for this song.
It's not up to us if you go to jail. It's up to the
I
police.
really don't think he's going to press charges for assault.
I-
I've never seen any of my partners press charges
I don't-
before, so I think you'll get away with that one, buddy. Don't worry
Like, I
about
don't want to go to jail
that.
because.
Can you sit down and just take a deep breath,
No,
calm down,
no,
have
I
some water,
cannot take a
something?
deep breath.
After smoking all that stuff, you've got to have some cotton mouth.
I do,
Probably an
okay?
hour and a half.
Over here, I'm trying to get help, and you over here just.
No. I would argue with you on that. I've been very.
I know,
positive,
you've
so
been very nice.
I've been asking you questions to get you help, man.
I do
So-
want help, okay? I want help, but I can't do anything. Like, I got my bad, I'm sorry. I'm getting over here.
It's your house. You can stand up if you want. Just don't be so fidgety. You know, it's a
That's
stressful
how I
situation.
am.
After what
I know,
you did,
I
we
know.
have to be extra cautious now. You know.
I mean, if you would have had a knife right there, I would be doing chest compressions on this guy right now, and you'd be 30 miles away in your car. It'd be a bad situation.
It
you
would.
know? Just relax, man. We won't ask you any more questions about the phone, okay? You don't need an ambulance, do you?
No, I don't want to.
Take a break.
I want to call somebody. I want to call my mom and admit to it. Would that help?
It's up to you. You do what you want.
Can I call? Need,
Well, I got to keep your phone for to give the cops.
I need it back just to call my mom.
Well, as soon as
You want us to give you some room, and we'll just. He's not giving you your phone back, I don't think. We'll just wait right out front, and we'll
I
let you
can't,
have your
though.
phone back.
I can't.
do you want an ambulance or anything?
No, I don't want an ambulance. Because you're just going to hand it to the cops anyway. You're just
See,
going to be
here's-
like, oh, here you go.
here's
Here's
the-
this guy's phone. He said,
You have to listen to me. Here's the issue. You admitted to me on 2 different cameras that you had CP on your phone.
and I
That's
lied
it.
to you, bro.
Okay, so did you lie to me about all the stuff? About how you could quit talking
No,
about
no, I
CP?
just
So you-
lied to you about
So
that.
you told me the truth all up until you said you bought CP on your phone. I just don't understand why you would lie to me if you'd been honest that whole time. That's all.
Because it was on my other phone, okay? That's not the right phone. I've already went through like 3 fucking phones up in here.
Is your other phone in here?
No, it's not in here. I had to throw it away.
But you told me the
doesn't-
CP was. I
Not
asked
that
you.
best phone, bro.
I said, "Is there CP on that phone?" You said,
No.
"Yes." It's
and
on
I lied
video.
to you, it's not on that
Oh,
phone.
so now you're saying you're lying. First you didn't say it. Now you're saying you're lying.
Here's the issue we're having. So if someone walked up to you on the street, covered in blood, and said, "I just murdered a family of 4 at an Applebee's," you would either A, call the cops immediately, or you would take that person and hold them down until the cops got there. Because you'd be like, hey, this guy just told me he murdered all these, did a horrible thing. Child pornography is a very good
Like, do you have to give them all this paperwork?
No, I'll put it in my car.
Like, they just have to search. So I just have to say, oh, I have, on this phone.
I have no reason to give law enforcement this paperwork. You can do all the talking. You can tell them why we came over and why he took your phone, and then they might ask you some questions. But I'm not law enforcement, dude. I've told you that like 4 times. I'm just a concerned parent that lives in the county. That's it.
I know. You should be.
I mean, I might have walked right by you at Albertsons the other day, and I might have had my daughter with me, and that scares me a little bit.
I know.
So, I mean, for all I know, you have pictures of her on that phone. You said you did. Well, not of her, but you had pictures like that. So, and like I said, once he took that phone, it creates a mess giving it back. And like I've been really cool. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll just call them and let them know that you want to talk to, or I'll even let you talk to them on my phone. I think I left my phone in the car, right?
What the hell did I say?
It's a possibility.
That's up to you. Actually, that's what we'll do. We'll have you call them. I'm not.
Let's go outside, get some fresh air. Okay, let's just do that. We'll let him go last, I guess. Is he the owner of the house? Or you want to shut the door behind us?
Yeah,
All right.
sorry.
Good. We can go over. We can go in the sun if you want. So it's getting a little bit chilly now. You want to go over here in the sun? It's only like 60 degrees. It's getting chilly.
They're just gonna take my phone and that's gonna be it.
Almost. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you shouldn't have done it, I don't know what else to say. I need you to step away from me a little bit. You're way too close, man. You already assaulted me once, physically assaulted me, and it's on video. Let's go over here where it's a little bit more private. It's sunny. It's warm.
This is actually my grandma's phone. So, do you want to call them?
It's getting windy.
I don't know. I don't know what you should say either. I'm not your attorney. I'm just. That's their non-emergency number. And you tell them your name and whatever else you want.
Yeah, put it on speaker though so we can hear it.
Hello, hey, this is Hunter Cook. I just need a unit over here. I have a Hunter Cook, Huntercook. I need a unit over here to check my phone for they say that there's child pornography.
No, you said there was child pornography.
It's gonna be 801 Lucas Place, and I want to check the phone just to prove it.
Oh shit! Damn it! He's calling my cop to himself, which is good. The wind's picking up. I can't help that.
So they can check my phone just to prove I'm wrong. They say I have child pornography on my phone.
No, you told us you had child pornography on your phone. We didn't say you did. You told us you did.
I went down, they got reported me and they said yada yada this, and then it's a whole mess right now. So can you come out here so they can give you my phone, and then you can just run the test to prove that I don't have anything on my phone.
You want to tell me about the 13-year-old girl that you wanted to meet and have sex with?
I don't know. They say they have reporters say I haven't. They say, oh, I have child pornography on my phone, and they're like, okay. I don't know why. And right now, I do live here, and they, I think, a group of my friends, a group of acquaintances, so they went and they just they do documentaries. They were like, oh, yada yada. They were like. We're gonna catch you on camera, and I was like, okay, let's talk about it so it never happens again. Like, it's a scared straight program. I was like, oh my god, okay, you know, and I was about to turn 18, and they were like, here you go, we're gonna scare you. And it's more of a straight share program for the children, for parents that are worried. So I was like, okay, let's do this. Maybe I'll set them straight. Oh, you have child pornography on the phone, and they were like, oh, you caught me saying that I had child pornography on my phone, even though I didn't. And I just wanted you to come out here and just prove
it. In your story, buddy, you didn't do anything wrong. I think you need to tell the truth so they actually know why they're sending a unit. You told us that you purchased it. 13.
Okay, so they just confronting me about that. So they just want to send a unit just to prove that, you know, there's no child pornography on the phone. And I was like, we can do that. And that was like, I'm gonna come with y'all if you're gonna do the test. Just worried or worried parents. Like a scared straight program. Almost in a way. They're like scared straight. They're just worried parents are like, oh, you know, you shouldn't do this, you know. Okay. I was like, okay. And I think I'm realizing, like, and now he's all like, okay, he wants to send a unit out just to make sure. So.
Do we got a couple? Is that that's not PD, is it? Because it's 4, including yourself.
Yeah, like,
I can't see shit because of the glare. Okay, I think you're good.
I'm so sorry.
Look who's here.
Here you go.
That looks like police to me, YouTube. Police. ×2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here, I don't know. Here.
Hold on 1 second. Let me mute
I
this.
don't.
I gotta mute this, folks. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I have to. Hold on.
It's so cold. My hands are freezing. What's that, officer?
Did you guys also talk with him?
I didn't. I just got up.
Just these two?
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that you feel like we should do now that we are here? Cops are calling this room, so we're here. We're also talking to the other callers, essentially. They called us. I understand from reading the comments before we showed up that you called. Yeah.
Well, I can't get that back because that's proof that
And maybe there's not. Maybe there's not. But
like
can I ask a question? If there, let's just say hypothetically that there's no child pornography on that phone. One of the other concerning matters you've already disclosed that you were doing was engaging in conversation with the minor. Okay, so that's concerning. I'm not saying talking to a child alone by itself is a crime. I'm not saying that. But then it raises all the red flags. Why?
I get it. Like that's why I've been trying to figure out why it's not okay, but why did I do it in the first place?
Okay.
I realized like
You don't know without looking at your phone. Now, are there other types of social media that you engage in to try to find relationships?
Tinder.
So Tinder, that's a dating.
That's a dating app.
That's a
But that-
dating app.
but that's it.
Okay.
Like I talk to people everywhere, but you know, I just feel wrong.
So, okay. So do you have family here? When I say here, I mean Albuquerque, but like reasonably close anywhere in New Mexico.
I have one auntie.
Okay. Are you involved in any type of? Well, do you have a job? You do work, so you work. What do you do on your time off?
Just sit here. It's legal. I do smoke marijuana.
And that's fine. I'm not.
I just sit here all day and just kind of just chill. I literally just got off work and then all this happened, so
Okay.
just I
So-
should be nothing nervous.
So what you're explaining is you would like to show both my partner and I and these other gentlemen the contents of your phone to kind of
Sum up, yes. Like I
prove
mean,
your
like-
innocence in that.
just to make sure that like, you know, hey, you got the wrong assumption about me, you know, yada. I'm going to prove that regardless. I wanted to make sure that, you know, they don't think I'm, you know, a bad person and you don't,
Okay.
or you think I'm a criminal or whatever you want to call me.
Do you understand, outside looking in, what we see when we get the information that we have? Do you understand how that looks? You do. You understand how it looks. You know, I don't care who it is. if I go talk to a child,
If I can show this officer this message. Because I don't think he's seen any chat logs.
That was a river. That was a window.
so
Should I show him?
Or at least the 13 part. You're saying 16. Turning
basic
17.
conversation.
Is that what he told the officer?
Yeah, he's trying to say that.
That kind
Oh,
of thing.
okay.
You didn't talk about
Oh, yeah.
in-depth kind of personal topics.
Not like it,
Not what?
not like it's super in depth, like, oh, where do you live, where do you know, yada, yada, yada. No.
Okay. Well, you did say that she lived in Florida.
She did live before, she told me that. So, she said that she was coming to Rio. So,
Dang, I was about to show that officer. He was telling him she just turned.
Remember, we are live.
Yeah.
So.
He was telling him she just turned 16. I was about to show that officer.
Yeah, it's 13.
I,
There you go.
I showed him. I showed the cop, bro.
My hands are.
I showed the cop 13 on the paper. Like,
Yeah. Well, shoot. Alright. Shoot, I'm so cold right now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we probably should. Yeah, I don't.
I respect. I hate filming.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
already got the.
Well, we got other cameras running, right?
Got him going in
and then
there.
we can, and then you and me can get on live tonight and update what the charges are.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'll just keep it refreshed tonight. And
Yeah,
then
because
I'll
it's
let you
over.
know, and
It's
I'll
all,
let
it's
you
over
guys go
3
live.
hours already. So,
We can hit up some.
guys, we're gonna cut the live. We'll go live later on to give you guys the details. He's arrested. Everything is good. We told him everything.
He was telling the officer she was 16.
I know he lied to what 3
But
times.
you guys told him.
Oh yeah.
Because I was about to show him the chat logs, and then the other officer.
They have the chat logs in the car. He saw the penis picture and the 13. So it was just at that
Yeah.
point he was just like, he's fucked.
Dude, I wanted to tell those people that walked in.
Let me walk. Can you still record on that or no? Because I'm gonna cut the live because we got to do a
Just tell them.
private conversation and whatnot, and then we'll go live later on to update everybody on the charges. So, folks, we are gonna go off live. It's over 3 hours, and then we'll go live later.
So you're on the same page. She's probably going to be in the car for a little while. I'm going to be making some phone calls now to figure out what our next step is going to be.
All right. So you guys, I appreciate you guys. You guys, that's good. Yeah, we're gonna cut the live now. Thank you so much for the donation. I'll look at all that later. He needs to talk to me and he needs me to cut the live. So I thank you guys. God bless. Have a good one. If I can remember how to stop this. Appreciate everybody more than you know.